slowly drifting away. Wave after wave, wave after wave, slowly drifting. And it feels like
Is drifting in Gran Turismo 7 realistic? A lot of people seem to think it isn't. They call it sim arcade, but I'm not going to sit here and call this a full-fledged sim by any means.
Just hear me out now, hear me out.
But it does simulate drifting a lot better than people think it really does. Obviously, what else can we compare this to other than Assetto? I mean, they're both trying to replicate real life in the best way possible. It being two completely different physics engines. If Gran Turismo 7's was very different, I would have trouble going from game to game and drifting, but it feels like nothing. Both of them be realistic. I hear a lot of people say that cars in Gran Turismo don't react how they expect them to react, which
That's just not true.
I mean, I feel that same way on Assetto, which I think that could just be due to your setup, man, honestly. Maybe you have too slippery tires, and there's numerous things.
Maybe you suck at it.
But like I said, this is still not as full-fledged sim as Assetto, per se, because shoot, Assetto, you can mess with your tire pressure, you can mess with every little thing. This one, you can mess with a lot, we all know that. Setting sheet is pretty diverse, but it could use more, always could.
We need more.
And I'm pretty sure there's not like tire heating and stuff like that, at least from my knowledge. So there is some stuff like that, but like the actual handling of a car, it can teach you that, and it taught me. I'll be like drifting around with my little shit stain. Shit, I got pulled over and about got charged or something the other day, but we're not going to talk about that. But this game really has taught me a lot. Like, this is where I learned most of my drifting because it's so diverse. I mean, compared to Assetto Corsa on console, this is way less bland. You know, we got the cars we want, we got the tracks we want. I think everyone has their own definition of what makes a sim, you know what I mean? But again, I'm not calling this a full-fledged sim.
Or am I?
It is just in the sense of how good it simulates the physics in of itself. Because like I said, they still leave a lot to be dealt with, like the tire pressure, this, that, and the third. There's numerous things that they don't do. But, okay.
I was not expecting that.
That was definitely not on purpose. But the actual handling of a car, like I said, it will teach you it. It has taught me it.
And if I can do it, so can you.
Now, that doesn't mean you get on this game or any simulator and you go just jump into a real life car and just start sending it, dude. That doesn't mean you do that. I mean, with my car, I slowly got into it, started out with donuts, you know, the whole thing, but I've never even really spun out for real, unless it was like in a parking lot pushing my limits. This game really is a lot more realistic than people give it credit for. Let's use Car X for an example as well. You can drift, and it doesn't feel awkward like something like Need for Speed per se, but it's still just not right. But this one is a lot more right than Car X ever will be, you know what I mean? No! Like, left foot brake feels damn near identical to Assetto. Everything feels good. I mean, certain stuff feels a bit odd, like a 360 in this game as opposed to Assetto feels a bit weird, but I wonder if that's because all my cars on this game are light and then the cars of Assetto might be a bit heavier, I don't know, but it could be a lot of things.
You never know.
But I know a lot of people just don't give it a chance, man. I mean, like, when you get into a new game that is trying to simulate real life, you always have a hard time. You never just get in it and have it easy, you know what I mean? Like, bro, when I started Car X, dude, it was hell, bro. I regretted buying it. Same with Gran Turismo Sport, when I first got that. I hear the same people be really good on Assetto, and then they get on Beam and G, and it's a shit show.
Harder than it looks.
There's just a lot. It's always going to feel a bit different, but it still does it way better than people think, man. Way, way better. Like, the wheel movements, throttle inputs. This is supposed to be a tandem, but there's like two trucks and guys over there just sitting. I don't know what's going on. Why are y'all in trucks? Okay. I've seen some people say, which I think is accurate, this game is sim-like, which I think is the best way to put it, because like I said, it's not as full-fledged of a sim as Assetto, but it sure feels like one. Unforgiving and all that stuff like that, you know what I mean? I think when you get the car set up as the way you want it or feel it should be, the car does react how you'd expect. Like, nothing feels off, and most of the people that I hear say that just aren't used to the game, so of course it's not going to react how you'd expect if you're not used to it, man.
Isn't it common knowledge?
This goes the same for in real life. Like, each car is going to feel different. You always got to get used to a car. Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. Let me know if y'all think Gran Turismo 7 drifting is realistic or not, because like I said, it's got its faults here and there, but overall it's pretty damn realistic. If y'all enjoyed the video, please leave me a like, comment, subscribe for more, and above all, have a very good day.